All right, guys, I want to take you guys through our ab workouts that we do in this programming. So my ab training has kind of changed up. I was always training abs for just solely aesthetics, and you know, I was always having to wear this big heavy-duty belt for whenever I did any kind of pull-ups or chin-ups or squats or deadlifts. Now I only wear a belt when I'm doing really heavy exercises, and what I really noticed is a lot of lower back pain has gone away. So I like to train abs not only from an aesthetic standpoint, but also from a functional movement standpoint. So I do a little bit of everything now for abs. The goal is always to have a nice trim waistline. And what I mean by that is you don't want a lot of fat around there, but a lot of people think you can spot reduce. You cannot spot reduce, that is a myth. You cannot do crunches and melt away body fat. That body fat, how much body fat you have around your waist, is genetic. People lose body fat disproportionately, usually throughout their body. If you're one of those people that proportionally loses body fat, you're very, very lucky. Most men carry more body fat around their waist. So they have to get to a very low body fat to achieve, you know, no fat on their abs. And the way you do this, obviously, is overall calories, making sure your diet is on point, as well as your exercise. The reason we train abs, besides wanting to be functional and not having injury, is because we also want to spot shape them. What I mean by spot shape is we do crunches, we do reverse crunches, we do all these different stabilization, knee ups, leg ups, in hopes that we're building muscle, creating a separation between our abs. And then once you do lose enough body fat, you have visible abs showing. So I'm gonna show you today a little bit how you obtain a six-pack, but also have functional, strong core. Let's jump into it. So I always like doing abs in a circuit fashion. Why do I do this? Typically this is because abs are a very fast recovering muscle. They're high oxidative, meaning they are gonna have oxygen delivered quickly to there, so they're gonna recover pretty quickly. They're not gonna tire. You know, we use our abs daily in stabilization, even walking. So typically what we include in the program is some form of dynamic movement for abs, a stability movement, and then I like to call them an isolation or a sculpting movement. So for this first round, we're gonna start off, first exercise, landmine rotational punch. This one's pretty legit here. Landmine rotational punch, you're parallel with the bar. We're gonna just be in a nice athletic stance. Reach down, you notice I'm reaching down across my body here. Butt comes down, chest is high, head is straight forward. As I bring it up, I'm exploding up and twisting here. So what we're incorporating here is this core here. So we're staying stationary here, twisting with the core, and then rotating on this back foot for that punch. Intercostals, the serratuses, and then your transverse abs, all of that is coming into play. This is a dynamic movement for the abs. Going with 8 each side. All right, straight from the landmine rotational punch, we are gonna be side plank. So this is our stability movement here. Elbow above your head. You guys can stay in this if this is challenging enough. Right here, we're not sagging at the waist. Everything is tight. Our hips are stacked. Our feet are stacked. Hand here, hand by your side. If you want to make this a little bit more challenging, we're going to add in a rotation to it. So we're adding in some stability factors here by twisting at the core, touching that elbow. After 10, we're switching directly to the other side. Again, it's a great stabilization movement here. Having to incorporate transverse abs, also our obliques. Next up, we have a reverse crunch. I know that sounds basic. A lot of people, when they do a reverse crunch, they're just here, bending their knees. That is not at all what we want to do. There is no pelvic tilt here. It's going to be a big thing. What we're trying to do is we're trying to keep our hips on the ground as long as possible while squeezing nice and slow at the end. So pretend you can see your vertebrae on the ground, and you want them to go up one by one and eventually all come off and then go back down. I don't want to see any of this. That's doing nothing for our abs. Again, this is all hip flexors and momentum. So we're going to slow that movement down. Hands go either behind your head or underneath your butt. And what we're doing is just vertebrae by vertebrae coming off the ground, squeezing, and going back down. These, you'll be able to film when you're doing them right. Kelly Clarkson. That is our first, I guess that's our first pass through. We have 4 more of these in the workout. So again, we got that dynamic movement, we got the stability movement, and then we got that isolation movement here. Abs, I like to do some form of abs about 3 days a week. Again, they're gonna recover quickly, but you can also overdo it on abs. So 3 to 4 days max. If I'm prepping for a show, I might do something 4 days a week. But for right now, I'm making sure my core is strong enough. Because it's great to have a sexy six-pack, but if you're not able to squat or deadlift because your core is too weak, that's where we run into issues. Another thing kind of I want to talk about is wearing a belt. You see a lot of people wearing belts when they're warming up or just throughout their entire workout. The only time I like to wear a belt is when I'm actually going for my heaviest set of the day. When it's a weight that I know I'm putting myself at risk of maybe a hernia. And that really goes for all accessory stuff, straps and everything else. Great to use when you need them. Bad to use if you don't need them, because then you're using them as a crutch. Oh, what's up guys? Just don't mind me hanging out here. Got short shorts on, people can see my balls. Second circuit of abs that we like to incorporate. First one, more of our dynamic explosive movement. So here, coming up, we're doing a twisting rotational punch here. You do need a partner, or you can just punch a wall if you're really a badass. But coming up, exploding. Then you're switching sides. Going from there, straight into our ab rollout. So again, we always do our abs in circuit fashion because abs are gonna recover quickly. You can do a rollout. If you have an ab wheel, great. If not, you can use a bar and just completely roll out. Here we're gonna use this on your knee. First thing you wanna do, just pretend someone's punching you in the stomach. That core needs to be tight. From there, starting position. So our starting position, we're about 45 degrees, a 45-degree angle, and we're rolling out all the way, and then back to that 45. I don't want you rolling back all the way here, because now there's no tension on our abs. Our abs are relaxed, our back is rounded. It's not what we're going for here. So all the way out, back to that 45-degree angle. Another thing you can do here, I like doing them because I feel like it works more side to side. I'll go right down the middle, then to the right, Right down the middle, and then to the left. A little bit of a different stimulus there. Many as you can here. So this is gonna be a little bit different from everyone. If you don't have super strong abs, if your abs aren't, you're not able to go roll all the way out, just to where you can, back to where you start. So always start at this 45-degree angle and just roll out to where you can. So that might only be a foot and a half, eventually all the way down, all the way up. You see, when I come all the way down, my butt, to get it back, my butt isn't coming up. I'm not starting the movement with my butt. That momentum isn't getting us anywhere. So 45-degree angle, all the way down, and then our abs is what gets us back up. Whew. Those they're tough. They're not as tough as what we're about to do though. So this next movement, we're gonna be doing from a pull bar. So if you have a pull bar or maybe even a chair, a sit-up chair in your gym, we're gonna be using that. All right, moving straight into a hanging knee raise, side-to-side knee raises, or around the world. So that's really gonna depend on where you guys are at in your progression of how strong your abs are. So the first one, just a basic knee raise. And again, you can do these if you have a a knee-up chair. I don't even know what you call those in the gym that supports you on your elbows. I'm gonna be doing these from hanging. And just like they sound, we're just bringing the knees all the way up. Very similar to that reverse crunch we were doing, but now we're adding all of our body weight into them. When you got big legs, when you train legs, these are a lot harder. So we're gonna be doing those nice and slow, all the way up, all the way back down, pretending there's a wall behind us, and we're rolling our vertebrae up one by one off that wall, and then one by one back down that wall. If you can do those with ease, the next thing I want you guys doing is keeping your legs straight. So these are pretty much toes to bar with straight legs. Here, all the way up, and then all the way down. Nice thing about these, we're gonna tire you out a lot quicker. They're a lot more demanding, especially if you got big legs. Big legs are a blessing and a curse. I mean, they're always a blessing when you're wearing short shorts. The last thing, knees, straight legs. Next up, we're going all the way around the world. Yeah, you guys wanna fly with me around the world? Let's do it. Better check your ego. Better keep those legs straight. We're not doing windshield wipers. You can do windshield wipers too if you don't want to go all the way around. I'll show you what a windshield wiper is first. That's a windshield wiper. Again, those are super tough. We're not going all the way around, but there's no relaxation of the abs or of the core. Around the world, you're gonna look like this. Starting at the bottom, twisting. With all that other ab stuff I've been doing, I'm only able to get 4 or 5 on there. Those are gonna bring in a lot of different core muscles. Everything from your lower back, obliques, transverse abs, rectus, abdominal. Those are super demanding. And again, we got 4 rounds of this. Take as much time as you need in between sets, but don't stop in between exercises. We've just finished one set. I'm gonna take about a minute. I'm gonna do it all again 3 more times.